Hello everybody, welcome to OCHD and welcome to another Jumputi Heroes news video. Now, yesterday you may have noticed I stopped a little bit short before talking about what was going on the Taiwan server, because it's actually quite a big development and I felt like it was deserving of its own video just to have a little chat. So, I mean, to get started, it's the Lunar New Year event. This is one of the big events for the Taiwan server for the year. I would say for them, they have the Annie, they have the half Annie, and they have this. For us, it's sort of the same, but while New Year is one of the big events, we typically don't get a new Muso or Densetsu for New Year. If we were going to get one, it would probably be a little bit later in the year. Maybe around Taiwan's anniversary, maybe around the Jump, like weekly Shonen Jump anniversary. But over on Taiwan, the Lunar New Year event, the last year and this year, has come with a new Muso / Densetsu grade unit. And this year it is Ging Freaks from Hunter x Hunter. This is one of the ones that a lot of people have been looking forward to. And, well, this puts us in a weird spot, really, because if you're a big fan of Ging, this puts a lot of doubt in your mind as to when this unit might come and how you would go about saving for it. Because one thing I'd like to point out is that he is green, and normally the types don't really matter too much, but in this case I think it's worth bringing up because Muso and Densetsu are both considered to be like the top rarity, not rarity, top grade, the top grade of units in the game. And if you include Muso and Densetsu together, blue have 2, green have 3, and red and yellow only have 1 each. So logically, we would be expecting maybe the next one to be red, maybe the next one to be yellow, probably not green. And I don't really see them changing his type either. So what's the deal? My current theory, and I've had many, and some of them are definitely not true, but my current theory is that Ging was most likely going to be, if we had not received Fuki, maybe the first Densetsu. And I think because we got Fuki, and Fuki was green, and they didn't want to do 2 green ones back to back, they decided to release All Might instead, and then maybe move Ging further down the list. The whole thing, I think, has been thrown off course by the fact that Fuki was released, wasn't supposed to be part of the first batch, but was supposed to be a high grade unit, and everything got muddled. So I have a feeling that we will see Ging this year, but I think we may not see him very soon. Anyway, obviously, Ging will be coming to the Japan server next week, Wednesday, the 25th of January. As a token of something, I don't know, gratitude or apology, or I don't know. They've given us 1,000 rubies. Everyone got 1,000 rubies sent to their gift box to work towards the total, which is a lot higher than 1,000 rubies. They could have added an extra 0 and a lot of people still would not be able to afford him. But 1,000 rubies is better than not 1,000 rubies, I guess. And other than that, we don't have a lot of information on this. I guess we'll find out more maybe Monday. I'm not sure. You probably thought we were done talking about the Taiwan server, but there is more to talk about, because for the most part, this Taiwan event is just our normal New Year event, not the Lunar New Year event, just the run-of-the-mill average New Year event. But there are some changes, of course. Light and Ryuk are already on the Taiwan server, so they were not added for this event, and instead the Talavru like standard gacha, seasonal, whatever you want to call them, they're on their own banner. You do 5 multis to get one of them, and then it resets. So it's one of those types of banners. Been a while since we had one of those, to be honest. And they have a lot of bait banners, to be honest. They do have the level 15 banner, but at the moment, to my knowledge, the only level 15 characters are Ging, who for obvious reasons is not on that banner, Naruto and Boruto, the dual unit, who have not been released yet, and Boa Hancock, the Taiwan edition of that limited Boa Hancock, the version 2 Boa Hancock. And that one, I think, is the only one on the banner. So, go nuts on that. By the way, the Taiwan version is different. They don't actually give a free multi on that level 15 banner. But you do get a free multi on the Japan server. So, one of the rare times the Japan server gets a 1-up on the freebie summons. So, you gotta rate that. And if you log in to the Taiwan server right now, I'm fairly certain this is still going. I'm pretty sure it wasn't just a one-day thing. You get, like, I think 1,000 rubies. You get, like, a limited ticket. And you get Sulong Carrot for free, just given to you. Plus, there's a bunch of obviously other campaigns and stuff similar to what we had on the Japan server for New Year. And this is sort of part 1 of the event. Part 1 has your farmable Gon. It has Ging, obviously, and then we have the New Year to Love Ru units, and just a bunch of bait banners. And in terms of events, I don't know. I think Pino Tomaru should be out. I assume... I don't really know in terms of the other events which ones are actually out. Obviously, they're going to be getting Roboco as well. And there's a bunch of other cool stuff going on. But a lot of it is stuff we've already covered. What I want to talk about is something that we haven't covered yet, which is that they have a new limited coming at the end of this event, a mystery limited in part 3 of this event. There are, for the record, no hints as to who this could be in the game's files. I have looked up and down. I was searching. I really wanted there to be a clue, but there are no clues as to who this could be. And this mystery limited, I think, is coming with like a mystery, like catastrophe class stage or whatever. We'll know more about this in part 3 of the event. Will the units be somehow related to New Year or to like the Year of the Rabbit or something like that? Maybe. I mean, something that I actually overlooked was that Boruto and Naruto, less so Naruto, does actually somewhat relate to the New Year, because it's the Year of the Rabbit, Lunar New Year, relates to the moon, whatever. Both can be linked to the Otsutsuki clan, and technically, I guess spoilers for Boruto, but not really. Technically, Boruto is now an Otsutsuki, so kind of fits in. There is also a through line with these the limiteds and the Densetsu in this event. Obviously, Ging is Gon's father, and we have Ging with a farmable Gon. And then you also have Naruto, who is obviously Boruto's father, and you have the two of those in a unit together. So maybe we could see like a father and son pairing for like the limited and the farmable. I was thinking an Ichigo would work. Also ties in, you know, I think Getsuga Tensho has something to do with the moon, and that's got something to do with New Year. So maybe we could get like Dangai, Ichigo, and like Isshin Kurosaki or something like that. There's lots of ways they could go with it, but I'm sure once we find out, I'll be sharing it on Twitter. I'm sure I'll post it in a news video as well, and Discord and so on and so forth. But until then, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.